Hello and welcome to the Front Office Podcast. I'm your host, Marcus Cameron. And as always, the show is sponsored by Tees and Trees Clothing. Tees and Trees is where we stand on business. Good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you view the video. Glad you joined the channel. Just a quick All-Star review. NBA All-Star Weekend was this weekend and kind of a few things to go over. Just the usual. I'm going to start with the All-Star game itself. The All-Star game was a bit mid, just to be honest. It's been mid for like the last 10 years. I don't think we had a really competitive one since the last one that Jordan played in. And they were really getting after it and trying to play. We had one since then with Iverson and Marbury was on the same team. So I'll say over the past 10 years, maybe 3 of them have been really good. They do have to change the format, but I'm a firm believer that it's going to be hard to change that format. Number one, the players want to be paid, and it really is their week off, honestly. Like, it's really their week off. If you're an all-star, you don't really get the week off. You got to go deal with the hecticness, the parties, shows, whatever they got. They're actually excuse me, I'm sorry. Whatever they are actually being paid to do, whether it's paid appearances, walkthroughs, whatever. I think they're having fun, but at the same time, it's still work. So I thought Dame had a good idea. I think I saw it on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, 2-on-2, 1-on-1. I think that would add a little extra to the All-Star game. But, I mean, just in theory, it's an All-Star game. I'm not really looking to see the best pickup basketball in the world, because the best pickup basketball in the world doesn't happen in front of hundreds of thousands of fans. We're lucky when we see a great game and people are there, and you got, the Celtics versus whoever, the Heat, or in a playoff series or something like that. You're going to get a good game. But I personally believe some of the best basketball games is the ones where nobody's in the gym. And it's 5-on-5, and it's guys just getting after it. I mean, that's when you really see just amazing things. And if you're not in that basketball world, if you've never been a part of basketball, you've never gone to the gym with your homies and went and played 5-on-5 against the really good team or a really good 5-on-5 from across town, you don't understand what I'm talking about. So I'm not complaining like everybody else is. I see a lot of people on Facebook complaining, asking why LeBron ain't played the second half. They're not tripping about Steph Curry only playing a limited amount of minutes. They're not tripping about any other veteran, but of course LeBron is a problem. It's not time for them to shine in this game. This game is not for them. This game is for guys like Shai Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns. The younger guys, it's their time. The league is switching over to them. So I understand where you're not seeing a whole lot of a LeBron or a whole lot of Curry. But as far as the All-Star game is concerned, my personal opinion, it was a bit mid. It was a bunch of points scored, but somebody also did have a very good point on Facebook. If they actually didn't play defense, that's what the score would be. So they are playing defense, bro. Let's just cut the bullshit narrative with that. Moving on to the three-point contest. The three-point contest was actually pretty good. I hate seeing Karl Anthony Towns in it just because it's just weird that a big man is in the three-point contest and he really shoots a lot of threes throughout the game, which irks the shit out of me. But he is a solid player. I'm not sure if he has enough to lead that Minnesota team. I'm not even sure if he's going to be in Minnesota depending on how the playoff run goes for them. But he shot it well. Dame shot it well. It's crazy because Dame has not been shooting the ball well since he got to Milwaukee, and he has been lights out all weekend at All-Star Weekend. I mean, couldn't miss shit. Shooting from half court, regular form, three-point contest, had a great showing. So hopefully they figure that out, man. But, the three-point contest is what the three-point contest is. It wasn't anything crazy or super back and forth or anything like that. I thought Trey would have did a better job. Shout out to Trey. Damn, I can't remember his fucking name. My bad, man. Trey from Atlanta, man. You know, the Shaq boy. So, and that's really all I got on the 3-point contest. Honestly, it's not gonna be a long video. It's All-Star weekend. We don't get NBA back till Thursday, so it'll be my last video till Friday. Take a little break. Everybody get a little breather. Just get ready for this playoff push. The slam dunk contest is the next on the agenda. Whew. So much to unpack with this slam dunk contest. Okay. I will admit, very, very mid. Very, very mid. But I'm going to tell you, and Jaylen Brown didn't have a great showing. But this is why guys don't participate in the slam dunk contest when they're a big star. It's because when they don't do well or they haven't figured out how to actually be creative enough to go out and dunk. Like, Jaylen Brown's a great in-game dunker, but he does the same dunk. You know, he's going to go baseline. He's going to dunk it with one hand. If he's in the open court, he's usually going to dunk it with one hand. Maybe see a backwards dunk every now and again. But, you know, explosive athlete. Just not really creative when it comes down to making dunks or in a dunk contest. Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, that was the last class that we had. Before that was Vince Carter. Before that, probably Jordan and Neat in Chicago that weekend. So the slam dunk contest, I understand why the players do not want to participate, especially the bigger stars, because you have to deal with so much criticism from the media. Oh, he was this. Oh, he was that. And it's harder now to deal with the criticism because the criticism is always in your face. Social media is literally like right at your door. When you open your phone, you're going to see it. If you had a goofy moment, it's all over the internet. It's going to go viral. They're going to, it makes it hard to go out there and just compete and just give it your all. Even if it ain't good enough to win, you should be able to give it all. I mean, he didn't have the greatest performance. He did have some mid dunks, but again, I don't think that takes away from him as a player, an athlete, or anything like that. But this, you know, the media's all over him today. They were all over him. They were over him, all on him Sunday, on Sunday before the All-Star game. So he didn't have the greatest performance. I was a little disappointed in Jaime Vasquez or Jaquez from Miami. I thought he would have been better. He was athletic. He didn't do bad. I thought he did better than Jaylen for sure. Obi Toppin's little brother, it was okay. It was good to see him in the dunk contest, get his name out there. Mac McClung, I've been watching him since high school. The boy got bunnies. He can get up. He's super creative. And if this is how he keeps his name relevant until he gets back into the leagues, I think he's with the G League for Orlando, more power to him. More power to him. But overall, the slam dunk contest was quite mid. Quite mid. I'm not going to call it trash because I sat there and watched it. And for anybody that's always complaining about the NBA ain't this, just stop watching the shit. If it's that fucking bad, bro, just don't fucking watch it. Don't fucking watch it. If it's a bad show on TV, I don't watch the shit. I don't sit there and just complain about it and post on Facebook every 5 minutes. That shit irks the fuck out of me. Like, grow up. It's not going to be the shit that you watch when you were in high school or even in college. It's not going to be that. It's different. It's going to be different. Either you're going to grow with the game or you don't respect the game anymore, and that's cool. Just don't fucking watch it. Nobody wants to hear your fucking complaints anymore. We don't want to fucking hear the complaining. Fuck it. But I thought the highlight of the weekend was the Sabrina and Steph shootout. I thought that was great for women's basketball. I thought that was great for the NBA. It was great to see Asia Wilson. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, Miss Wilson, I'm sorry. I'm a fan. But she was courtside. It was good to see them getting some love and really getting treated like celebrities, like as they should be. You know, I think it's an exciting time in women's college basketball. With Dawn Staley and the Lady Gamecocks, you got Angel Reese and LSU and her coach Kim Mulkey. It's a good time for women's basketball. Like, people actually get excited for big college games now. People get really excited when the Aces make it to the finals or they're playing in a big playoff game, and I think that's just going to continue to grow. Shout out to Adam Silver and the NBA for making that happen and bringing both of them in, and Sabrina for issuing the challenge. She actually did really well. I mean, you going against the greatest shooter of all time, and definitely held her own, man. So shout out to both of them. That was extremely, extremely entertaining. Celebrity game is celebrity game. There's a bunch of guys who swear they can play basketball. Michael Parsons outweighs everybody by 150 pounds, scored 37 points, triple-double, whatever. It's respected, bro. It's respected, but you're not about to come out here like you was going against real ballers. You know what I mean? It's a celebrity game. It's a celebrity game. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay? Celebrity game generally means these people are really good at something else, and this is just some shit that they do because y'all got a name. Respect, but yeah, I ain't buying that shit. But I mean, shout out to him, and they team won. So great performance by him. But overall, I thought the weekend is what it always is. It's entertaining for people. The analysts and shit like that complaining on TV and jumping on it, man, they really should stop because you motherfuckers go for free. Y'all don't pay for tickets. Y'all don't pay for hotels. Y'all don't pay for shit. The fans are the ones who actually make that shit happen. We go out, and I say we because I'm a fan. I wasn't at All-Star Weekend, but I can relate to the average fan. Those tickets are not cheap. Those parties aren't cheap. Those contests aren't cheap. Any kind of memorabilia you want to get from there is not cheap. Those are the people that should be complaining. And overall, it looked like that arena was packed. Some people complaining about the competitiveness of the All-Star game. You're never going to make everybody happy. You're never going to it's going to take them a while to figure it out. But if you love basketball, there was some great talent out there. You can complain. That's fine. But just don't run the shit in the ground. You still had an entertaining weekend. You still had some shit that you could really put your finger on and be like, damn, that shit is amazing. Like when Dame was shooting from half court free form, like that shit is amazing, bro. Like I don't know nobody else that can do that shit. It wasn't a dunk. It wasn't no high flying Jordan or Kobe or LeBron dunking every other damn play. Like they were showing off that shot, and that shit is crazy. But young kids, if y'all listening, man, hey, learn how to shoot it a little closer first. Don't practice that one. Practice the one. Make the regular 3-pointer first. But that's really all I had, man, for All-Star Weekend review. Like I said, the NBA is not back till Thursday. As you can see, we still got the same setup. Definitely making some moves in the front office podcast, man. I'm really, really close to having this thing interview ready. Really excited about it, man. As always, if you're a subscriber, thank you. If you're a new subscriber, we appreciate it. Definitely don't be shy. Say something in the comments. You agree, don't agree, whatever. Topics you want us to touch on, cool. Instagram is High Skies Visions. And again, the show is always sponsored by Tees and Trees. I'm your host, Marcus Cameron, and I'm out. See y'all on Friday. Peace.